Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Ladies, gentlemen, friends, foes, lurkers, regulars, GMO people, organic people.
Boiler room. Inbound. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, friends and foes, lurkers and regulars, welcome back to the Social Rejects Club Roundtable, streaming live right here on alternate current radio, known as, of course, the Boiler Room. Thank you for joining us for this live broadcast. It is Saturday, October the 4th, 2025. And, Boiler Room has always been a very topical show. You know what I mean? Very attached to the events of the week. And for those of you that are new around here, the thing that I personally find most interesting outside of my constitutional and quote unquote patriotic interests are the propaganda attached to weekly events. So, this wasn't designed to be a news program, really. It wasn't designed to be a political program, really. It was designed to be a program to help us here in the Boiler Room and you be better at recognizing propaganda, at understanding at least the questions to ask about the data that we are being given. And in the 10 years that we've been doing this show, the sheer amount of inbound data is enough to choke a donkey. It's ridiculous. Is absolutely ridiculous. Now, many of you know people who have simply checked out from the mainstream media. They just can't do it anymore. They're like, you know what? This is just too much. I'm not doing it anymore. It doesn't make me feel well informed. It just makes me feel bad, mad, sad, angry, occasionally excited, occasionally LOL, right? So people start moving to social media. And now in social media, it's all a torrent of this kind of stuff as well. Unless you're really, really good at setting up a brand new account and only looking at Mudang, the micro hippopotamus videos and LOL cats and, babies with puppies and stuff like that. You might fare well on social media if you train your algorithms like that. But if you have even the slightest interest in current events, your social media feed is now either a full-on 100% torrent of this kind of topical, daily, up to the hour, up to the moment sort of updates, every single, roller coaster of emotions, all the emojis, right? Well, we do our best to stick to the original mission statement here, which is asking questions, promoting skepticism, underlining, highlighting, bold-facing when we find elements of propaganda so that we can discuss it amongst our friends, our viewers, and our listeners, and hopefully promote more of that discussion just in general. But the whole information sphere, the whole news cycle, the whole media sphere seems to have jumped the shark. I think we are off onto a new adventure now. And that tagline that we've been tossing around for a few years now particularly with our friend Odd Man Out from the Odd Man Out podcast, the post truth world. I think this what we're seeing right now is that this is we're in the post truth world now, and because of the mission statement of this show, and like I said, it's a show about propaganda and culture mostly, although we go all over the place. But propaganda means we look at a lot of headlines and a lot of news. Culture means, yeah, we've been there in the culture war since before it really got started. Warning about it, talking about it. What is it going to be? Is it attached to transhumanism? You bet it is. Uh, is it attached to the decline of Western civilization? You bet it is. Is it engineered? You bet it is. All the above. But I regret to inform you that the news is now broken. Culture is now broken. We're in the post truth era here. We're in that sort of, I don't know, between Caligula's barge and Nero burning the city. I mean, we're somewhere in that framework right now, but we are in a digital a orboric phase of a digital panopticon surveillance grid technocracy. And what an exciting place it is. But it really has made me think a lot about the boiler room and the boiler room's place in these discussions. Uh, and what that means for us moving forward. Right? Frankly, like I'll use the Charlie Kirk story as an example. It used to be something like that would happen, and we were one of the few shows here in interweb land that would ask the questions that would upset people. We would do FOIA requests, we would work with journalists, we would document anomalies, we'd do all this stuff, right? And we're pretty good at it. But frankly, we don't even have to do that anymore because now the internet itself is doing that. Now, things have shifted to a point where it's like I can just sit here and collect all the data coming in rather than having to spend hours and hours and hours looking at interviews, looking at anomalies, looking at, magic bullet theories and, who done it theories and uh they're still alive theories and all this stuff, right? Like that's all just happening around me now and just flying into my little doom scroll device here, right? So, where do we go from here is the question. I think at this point, now that we're in October of 2025, and we need to probably start accepting that we're not going to stop technocracy. There doesn't appear to be a government solution for that. In fact, government seems to be leaning into it quite heavily. As the pendulum swings from right to left, criticizing, the entirety of Capitol Hill pretty much on that one. Uh, so I think at this point, the best thing we can do to protect ourselves is make sure we have fun. So it's Saturday night. We're going to have a little bit of fun tonight. I've got Mystical Pharaoh. I've got Ruckus. I've got Spore. There is a off chance that the Truth Hound could drop in or one of his mal-named cousins, perhaps. So we got that going for us. And again, it's Saturday night. So let's do some boiler room. Let's welcome Mystical Pharaoh into the boiler room here. Pharaoh, what's up, man? Welcome to the boiler room. I see you're in the shutdown control room as well. I thought I was alone, but it looks like the government may have shut down around us, but we remain. How you doing?
We remain, we survive.
Yeah,
I'm
we aren't paid anyways, so
I
why
know,
would we
right?
leave?
Exactly. We just pay into it. We never get paid from them.
Right. They just take and take and take, and then if they can't agree on something, then hey, they go on a little vacation, and what happens to
Ridiculous.
us? I don't know. It doesn't feel my day didn't feel any different being a government shutdown happening. Did yours feel any different? I mean, tuna sandwiches were still $20 and the sun's still showing.
Yeah, it has not changed. I know there are some people that are being affected, but not the Congress. They're getting paid.
Yeah.
Um, But
Absolutely.
yeah, it's I don't know, and this whole like government shutdown like every year is just ridiculous. And we know nothing changes, right? It's the same massive spending. Trump has been massively spending on the government. We did not get the budget cuts that he was talking about, and everybody's just blaming the other party. Hey, they are the one who shut it down. No, you shut it down, right? Uh, it's- DC is so dysfunctional, and sadly, like they have been accelerating our the destruction of this nation for so long, and I don't know how to fix it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, at this point, man, it's like we're like Jim Morrison live, we're just got to get some kicks in while the whole shithouse goes up in flames. What that's going to look like is anyone's best guess. We have a lot of vignettes and scenarios that we've laid out on the program here over the years. So, at this point, let's just keep keeping on, man, because certainly no one is listening when it comes to the technocracy stuff. I mean, more people than ever are cued into it, so that's cool, that's great. But where were you guys 10 years ago, when the Social Reject Club was getting kicked out of Thanksgiving dinner for talking about this shit? Where were you? We
Mm.
needed you back then, and here we find ourselves still shadow banned, while other people are, now talking about it all over the place, along with a bunch of other things. The Jason Unchained says Hesher's kite string popped. I think he noticed my shirt here from the Acid Bath show last week that Spore and I went to. That's right, buddy. Okay, yeah. So yeah, Pharaoh, it's a mess, man. I don't know what else to say about it.
It is, and what's interesting about it too is you're talking about technocracy, right? I was posting on X the other day that actually I read for some reason I think if Kamala have won, we actually might have been in a better place. Weird knowing that I actually voted for Trump, but at least we wouldn't have the buy-in of the right and the technocracy, right? Because that's exactly what's happening right now,
Yeah.
and it's being swept under the rug, and nobody's paying attention. Whereas if she's here, at least you will have still the resistance, right? So it's interesting times, man.
Could you, dude? I know. Could you imagine, like, if we were under President Kamala right now, and she was sending National Guard troops and into cities,
Hmm.
declaring certain groups of people that are already infested with feds, domestic terrorists, and deploying Palantir against this group and that group of mean speakers and shit. Could you imagine like how based the right wing base would be right now if they had to suffer through 4 more years of that whole like Obama crew? I mean, you
Hmm.
make a good point. It would that point will turn a lot of people off, but you make a good point. Like, just imagine if all this same shit was happening under Kamala, like the non-fracturization that would be happening amongst the MAGA base, which is now pretty much just gone a mess.
Yeah, even Patel, like on an interview like the other day, he was calling for like FBI working with social media to start censoring, right?
Yeah,
And
dude.
misinformation and disinformation. It's the same bullshit that we were criticizing them on, right? That Biden did and Trump is doing right now. I mean, X right now has been the amount of bans and censorship since this TikTok deal went through. It's been insane.
Oh man. Yeah. That whole TikTok and X and Netanyahu thing, and it's just amazing. It's just they're just doing everything in our faces now, saying, "Yeah, we got to control the narrative, and yeah, we're going to deploy, our paid influencers." And it's like big names are all of a sudden brand new paid influencers. So Officer Tatum talking to you, Jillian Michaels. I don't know. I don't pay attention to you. I don't know how long you've been on the payroll, but clearly on the payroll right now. And then all these young kids who are like inspired by Charlie Kirk, falling into the spider's web there that many people say may ultimately be the thing that was Charlie Kirk's undoing.
Yeah, yeah. $7,000 a post. That's quite a bit of hefty money. So
Yeah. Yeah, it is. No, it's crazy. It's absolutely
mhm.
crazy. All right, let me bring Ruckus on. We got a Ruckus among us right now. Ruckus, what's up? Welcome back to the Boiler Room. How goes it?
Wait, you can actually see me right now?
Yeah, we can. Can you
I'm
not see us
supposed
seeing
I'm
you?
supposed to be
'Cause
shut down, bro. What's going
oh,
on? Shut it down.
now you
Shut
just
it down.
stated.
Shut it all down. Just shut it
Oh.
down. I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, fun times. We're on, what is this, day 4, day 5 now? I've lost track already. They say it could last as long as potentially insert your favorite number here. I'm gonna go ahead and just pick a number out at random, just for fun, and I'm gonna place a bet that it will last for a total of, oh, I don't know, what's a good number? 33. We'll go with 33 days, and there you have it. So yeah, probably. Man, things are shut down. They're talking about stimulus checks. Boy, oh boy, man, this is getting weird. Like I'm getting this strange deja vu feeling. I don't understand. Who's president right now? Anyways, thanks for having me. I think we got another guest to get into because there's some stuff to talk about. Yeah, let's do that. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, all right, great to see you. Let's welcome now the one, the only, the very lovely Spore, keeper of all things Whiskey Tango Foxtrot on the interweb. Spore, what's up? Welcome to the Boiler Room.
Hey, happy to be here. Good to see you guys.
Yeah, good to see your mushroom. How you doing there?
I'm good. I mean, unfortunately, the government shutdown does affect the business that I'm in.
Oh, you mean there's actual fallout from this stuff, huh?
Yeah, but whatever. Like these things come and go. How many times have we experienced government shutdowns? Seems like several, and nothing actually really happens other than the people working for the government. And certain funding doesn't go out to certain areas for a couple weeks and then everything goes back to normal. So I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, well, the people on Capitol Hill, they still get their paychecks, but the people in the military don't get theirs. So that annoys a lot of Americans to know that that's happening because arguably the people on Capitol Hill are the ones that could go a few weeks without a DFAS paycheck. Am I right? Whereas our enlisted men and women in particular live paycheck to paycheck for the most part, like most of us Americans. So there's that. But yeah, you're right overall there, Spore. We've been through a number of these. We've been covering government shutdowns since 2012. Can you believe that? No. Yeah, 2012. Since 2012. More than
Yeah.
10 years.
I feel like anything really.
Say that again.
Is it I'm getting like losing sound back and forth.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's just on my end.
you've got a really bad delay and you're a little garbly.
Okay. Let me try and change my audio.
Yeah, maybe switch source there. That might help a little bit. Get us through the icebreaker at least. Speaking of which, it is time to do an icebreaker here. So hopefully Spore's machine is working. Spore, what do you got for us this week for an icebreaker? This one was submitted by our very own Mystical Pharaoh.
Do you hear me better now?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay, cool. Well, I didn't hear the sound. Did you already make it? I just had to
We
switch
already
off.
made it and you can launch it.
Okay, well, Maxwell House Coffee has changed their name. And from what I gathered, it is a sort of a temporary promotion, and they've changed it from Maxwell House, which the company has never changed their name, and they've been around for 133 years, to Maxwell Apartment, because apparently 1/3 or what was the amount was like 2/3. I can't remember exactly, but more people in the United States are renting than actually buying houses right now. So they this promotion is a 12-month amount of coffee for $39.99, and it's I mean, I'm sorry, who wants a coffee that's been sitting around for 12 months? I think that's kind of gross, but it's like
It's
one.
sealed for your freshness spore.
Right, yeah. And I actually remember having Maxwell House, like a can of this stuff, like up in our pantry, that was like, even back in like, the 90s, it was like emergency coffee. Like nobody actually really drank this stuff because it's
Was it like the
gross.
power outage coffee?
Yeah, it's like some sort of stale, old, weird kernels that you just, I don't know. So, yeah, and apparently you can still buy actual Maxwell House. So don't get too concerned, listeners. But for a temporary time, you can get Maxwell Apartment for
Maxwell
$39.99.
Maxwell apartment. Yeah, you were right, Spore. It says here in the article, nearly a third of Americans are now renting smaller places than purchasing full-size homes. So the marketing drive here is, hey, are you broke? Hey, does your slave juice, I mean your coffee, like cost you too much per year? Well, join our little rebranding here, our Maxwell apartment. I mean, I kind of gotta actually hand it to them. It's kind of clever and it's temporary, it's not like one of those what is that place? Cotton Patch, or what's that place that just a Cracker Barrel? It's not like a
Cracker
Cracker Barrel
Barrel. Yeah.
situation, right? Where and they're kind of admitting the destitution of American inflation and all that stuff. Um so it's interesting, but I thought both Infidel Pharaoh, Mystical Pharaoh, and Ruckus had great takes on this. So let me throw it to Pharaoh here, since he's the one that presented this one. What did you think when you read through this and you saw like why they were doing this brand change, Pharaoh?
First I thought it was a joke, and then I like there is no way, and then I like looked into it, and actually it turned out to be real. Um, Fascinating though that they actually like it's almost in time for we're just talking about Agenda 2030, right? And big part of Agenda 2030 is renting, not owning, right? And I think we're in a pretty good pace for that. So um, what else do you need other than your own coffee tell you, hey, it's Maxwell apartment, because you cannot afford the house and you will not afford the house.
Doom and gloom. Here we go with the doom and gloom here in Boiler Room.
Yeah, it's normalization, right? It's just this is a new reality. That's what they want to give to you.
Right? Like, accept it. Accept that your finances are screwed and that your children are never going to move out of your house, even when they're 40 or 50 years old. We're going back to an olden time where you'll own nothing and you'll love it. But guess what? Maxwell House, we got you covered over
We
here.
got you covered for $39.99. And I never liked the flavor, by the way. Not a
I
big
haven't had
fan.
that stuff in decades, man. I can't even tell you. Ruckus, however, is a connoisseur of all coffees. He won't kick any coffee out of bed if it's black and tastes acidic. So Ruckus, you you had a social media post about this. We had a fun discussion about it in the background there, and you are the coffee connoisseur probably here, at least the by volume, the coffee connoisseur here in the Boiler Room. What did you think?
I'm also the marketing guy too, right?
That's right.
And branding. This is very fascinating on so many different levels. I think Mystical Pharaoh might be onto something with the whole "you'll own nothing." What would it be? Because I think they have a new buyer. There's a new CEO. He was formerly the head of another organization, somebody named Klaus something. So they could change the motto to "You will own nothing and drink Maxwell House" or something like that. But I
Maxwell
think
House
this was
apartment.
well, yeah, okay. So the apartment thing. Okay, so as far as that is concerned, I think this is actually like I'm just going on a limb. I think it's bad timing as far as any negative press or controversy is concerning around this, or why some people might think this is strange as far as the timing is concerned, is because I think that they were just trying to do something I think it's incredibly clever. It's a great marketing and branding thing, to be honest with you, from a business standpoint, because they launched this for the National Coffee Day or whatever. It's one of those weird, obscure holidays, right? So, and that's what you got to do when you're in these types of industries, right? So to do a giant rebrand like that, which is tongue in cheek, playing off the name house into apartment and making some sort of social commentary about the reality of where we are today, I don't think there's any hidden negative, evil agenda to it, a la Klaus Schwab. But I think it's just one of those things, man. I mean, welcome to 2025. This is the reality. This is and the coffee's not that bad. I don't know why you guys are complaining. And like you said, I guess I will drink anything, but I have a really good coffee maker that no matter how crappy the coffee is, I have a setting that will make it a nice darker brew. So, and also it's not all at once, Spore. I'm pretty sure it's like a jelly of the month club kind of thing. So it's like you'll get like you're enrolled in some sort of subscription through Amazon kind of thing. So I don't think you get the whole year's worth of coffee all up front. And if they did, it's not going to last me a year. So that was my next question is.
Oh, you phased out there, dude. I lost you. I don't know if you can hear me. Are you guys able to hear me? Spore, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't hear. I can see.
Adam fell down like some kind of audio K-hole there.
First me, then him. Who's next?
We're missing good stuff here too.
Yeah, he dropped out. I don't know why. But can't hear you still.
I typed to him in the studio chat there. Hopefully he sees that. Lost you, man.
Well, $40 to lease coffee, like, even seems like for Maxwell House, $40 a month seems pretty steep, actually. That's why I figured it'd be like for the year, because it's not great coffee in my opinion. But
well, let's see here, Sport. So it looks like
I didn't see any details in there about it.
Here we go. The coffee brand is offering a 12-month quote-unquote lease of Maxwell apartment coffee to keep coffee lovers stocked up with a full year's worth of coffee. So for $39.99, this is not a paid advertisement, guys. We just found this really interesting. For $39.99, fans can snag 4 27.5 ounce canisters of this coffee on Amazon. To put it in perspective, just one 27.5 ounce canister is about $13 on Amazon. So they've got them like rebranded here. They've got original, they've got Colombian, they've got French roast.
Those in the picture all say Maxwell House, though they don't say Maxwell Apartment.
Yeah, what's up with that? They say it will have the same blend, taste, aroma, all that good stuff. And they claim the deal is designed to save coffee lovers $1,000 annually compared to daily coffee runs. Okay, that's kind of a big deal right there, because when they talk about daily coffee runs,
like what is a Starbucks run now? Like $8?
Trips to exactly the bucks.
Ridiculous. Who go buys like freaking like $5 like drink every day?
Yeah, exactly. 7, 8. I mean, if they get those the large ones, I mean, they can be $7, $8, $9 a day, and people do that. So they can use that.
Not to mention the gas money they're spending to get them.
Driving around. That's the ultimate slave juice, right? The bucks.
And can I say that actually Starbucks coffee always tastes burnt to me. I never actually. I don't like Starbucks coffee.
Oh yeah,
maybe I'm a coffee snob.
They French roast all their coffee, and that makes it actually have less caffeine in it too, because they basically burn it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. To Jason Unchained, you don't even get a nice metal can anymore. I know, man. Remember back in the 70s, like the old hippies used to like put their weed in those things and stuff, and like they had all these reusable
Wait,
ideas.
What are you talking about? The 70s?
The old cans.
Oh, the Maxwell cans. Like,
yeah,
so
versus
that you could like put it, like stick it in your luggage. Or like you
Yeah,
put your weed
totally.
in and stick it in your luggage and travel with your weed. Okay, yeah, okay, I get it now.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought you were talking about
exactly.
Starbucks still. Okay, sorry.
Eileen says, I paid $21 for the big 40 ounce of Folgers at Wally World. See, there you go. Now your apartment living right there, Eileen. You got the message. you know, that's the other thing that cracks me up about this. Somewhere in here, maybe I can find the line. I don't know if I'll be able to find it, but like they're implying that, maybe if you don't spend so much on coffee, you can buy a house eventually. That's the other thing I love about this. It's just like, well, it's gotten so bad, everybody, that we're gonna bring the price of coffee down, but hey, we've got a new coffee club you could join, and it's all digital, it's all easy. And maybe one day you could own a house too. If you don't spend if you spend 1,000 less dollars a year on coffee. Okay, so let's say in that scenario, right? They save you that $1,000. You got to stop going to Starbucks every day and enjoy Maxwell House, first of all, and it'll take you 12 months to save that $1,000, Pharaoh. So, what is it like? Are you gonna go 2, 3, 400 months, uh, and buy a house on strictly on what you saved on coffee,
Yeah, 400 month sounds about right. That's actually pretty cheap, shitty house now.
right? You need 300 pretty much.
Yeah, it's
Okay, if
insane.
you're in Texas or Tennessee, maybe you only need 1 or 200, but if you're anywhere else, you're gonna need at least 300.
No, dude, no. Like East Tennessee now is just crazy.
Same
Even
here in
West
Texas, like
Tennessee
the
and Mid
prices
Tennessee.
have gone up like
Like,
twice as much, probably at
yeah,
least.
absolutely. Since COVID, house pricing has doubled.
Yeah,
I can tell you this. And like you cannot buy like a decent house for less than like $400,000, which is insane.
yeah,
Like my first
totally.
house I bought for like 150, like 10 years ago, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts, dude. It's nuts. Like the cost of a new car or truck is more than like our parents were paying for houses, just
Yeah.
what, 30 years ago or something.
Oh yeah, and it's gonna keep going as
Yeah.
long as our government keep and our banks actually keeps issuing more debt. That's the beauty of that. Actually, when I learned more about like it's actually the debt, the banks are the one in control, not the government.
Yeah, right. And there's nothing federal about the Federal Reserve, and there's nothing national about the banks we have here or the ones that control them, at least if there are truly national.
Yeah, so the creation of the money is actually done through creation of debt.
Right. And
Yeah,
then they bet on that debt too. What do they call that? Hyper rehypothecation, right?
yeah. So it's and you can see like really since COVID, this is really big part of that inflation that we've seen. Like since COVID, a lot of the debt that got created from banks is for buying assets, for buying cars, for buying houses, right? And that caused massive inflation everywhere.
Yeah. They did what? $7 trillion. They injected $7 trillion in 2020 and 2021.
Yeah.
And then they wrote themselves 5-year financial deals to what? Do stuff about COVID.
hmm Yeah, and they give you 0% interest rates and just we're gonna look you at home, but you just make sure you're on Amazon buying and you're buying an RV and buying a car and
A lot of RVs going up for sale this year, I bet.
yeah.
Well, Maxwell House, I mean, I don't know. I don't Ruckus is down. I don't know if you're the brand of anyone else here in the boiler room, but very interesting marketing technique. Do you think we'll see more of this spore, this whole like, hey, are you poor? Does life suck in America? Is the American dream gone? Would you like a deal? I mean, it's pretty good marketing.
I mean, this has actually kind of been around for a long time, though. Like, I mean, I remember back in college, like when I was learning Spanish, it was like everything you wanted to learn in Spanish was like, I'm broke. I'm sick. I can't get to the hospital. I can't pay for my bills. Like, it was like this whole.
Yeah, because you're Mexican. That makes sense. But we're Americans, God damn it.
I just not seen it on this level. I mean, yeah, I presume we'll see more of this. And I mean, just with all the things over the years, like, like the Cracker Barrel thing and Aunt Jemima and all that, it's gonna keep coming in different ways, different marketing tactics.
Yeah. Yeah. Looks like Ruckus is back with us. Ruckus, maybe pick up where you left off when we lost you there. You had Chris Farley up and we weren't hearing
I was
any of
just
that.
showing off. I was just showing off my meme. I don't have it in front of me, but I made a nice little meme that said Maxwell van by the river. So instead of house or apartment, because that's really where everybody's headed. That would be a better representation of things economically speaking if they were going that route. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So like that will be the Maxwell House
It's
campaign.
that's in Portland, right? And in
Yeah.
California.
In a van down by the river in the Pacific Northwest, Maxwell House.
I could probably do a whole series of these. I had another idea in my head, like for when you're on the go, it's Maxwell RV, or
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Pablo's got it. Maxwell House cardboard box. All right, winner. That's the winner right there. Yeah, I guess I mean, because it goes in phases, right? Like you lose your house and then you live in an apartment, and then you lose your apartment, and then you live in a van down by the river, and then you lose your van, and then you're in a cardboard box. So Maxwell House, you got a ways to go. Thanks for starting us not all the way at the cardboard box or the van down by the river. But yeah, we copy the apartment message. Got it. Very clever.
I could also do a Halloween version because it is the season, and we could do Maxwell House on Haunted Hill. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's not do Maxwell House of 1,000 Corpses. That does not sound fun.
No, we could do Last Maxwell House on the Left, perhaps.
That's a
I
good
don't know.
one.
Yeah, that might work.
How about Ghislaine Maxwell House? Boom! Yeah.
Oh, this is a good one too. Jason comes through again. Maxwell Fent Tent.
Oh, damn.
Oh, that's brutal. That is brutal. Thank you guys. This has been fun.
Maxwell Suicide Pod for Canadian friends.
Maxwell House Suicide Pod. I mean, okay, we're getting into like zombified Maxwell House now, but hey, we're looking at a potential zombie apocalypse.
Are you the boys who've been whacking in my Maxwell tool shed?
Hey there, boys. Yeah, okay. Spore, anything else you want to throw out there on this? Any final thoughts before we move away from the icebreaker?
Nah, I'm good. Thanks.
All right. Thanks for
Really? What were you raised in a Maxwell barn? Sorry, I'll stop.
Yes. All right. Well, I hope you out there are enjoying this as much as we are, because that's the whole point of a Saturday Night Boiler Room. We gotta have a little bit of fun as the proverbial shit hits the fan and the media dies. So yeah. Okay. Thanks, Spore, and thanks, Pharaoh, for bringing that one. Pharaoh, any final thoughts on that one before we move along?
No.
All right. So, I mean, we've kind of talked about the government shutdown. I don't know if there's anything left to say about that either. You can see it behind us right here. I mean, they left all the scraps of paper on the floor. The machines are still on. They're still, see this one right here. This one right here. They're monitoring you on that one. That's the Palantir box right there. Larry Ellison's console is this one right here. So that's where they do all the TikTok monitoring. And this one over here, that's for Elon Musk's X right there. BB really is engaged with X and TikTok, wherever those are. So, luckily for you, no one is manning those right now. So, you can shit post to your heart's content this October the 4th, 2025. You can repost Boiler Room all you want. Maybe we can break their shadow ban algorithm. If you like and share and subscribe and do all that. Yeah, all right. Yeah, Toolology digging the Acid Bath shirt too. What up, dude? I think I'm gonna see Acid Bath in March here in Jersey. Fuck yeah, bro. They were so good. We saw them at the Levitation Festival on Friday last week, and it was absolutely badass. Um, Get there on time though, because they only play like a select few of their heaviest songs. So, if you like Scream of the Butterfly and all that stuff, New Death Sensation, you'll get a whole set of that. But at the onset of the show, they play Tranquilized, and near the end, they play Dr. Seuss's Dead. So, yeah, there we go. We got some fans here in the chats tonight. Pablo knows what's up. Yeah, if you can catch them right now, they're actually, I don't know if they've played already or not, but they're playing the Aftershock Festival in Sacramento this weekend. I'm getting videos and photos from the Aftershock Festival from some of my homies. So shouts out to everybody enjoying the Aftershock Festival. You're doing the real thing this weekend, that's for sure. We wanted to go, but we weren't able to go. So we caught them in Austin. Good shit. Government shuts down. I don't care. I don't care. I don't fucking care. Let it stay shut down. Could we possibly like stay in this mode for a little while? That would be so cool if we could just like leave it this way. Like if it stayed this way for 2 months, would Cash Patel still show up for work? I don't know. I'm just curious. Would Donald Trump show up for work? Apparently he doesn't get paid anyways, so I assume he would show up, all that. But I don't know. I think a great social experiment would be to leave it shut down. Pharaoh, what do you think? What if we just left it shut down for 6 months?
Yeah, but the question is, I actually don't know what actually shut down and what doesn't shut down.
Yeah, what is not functional right now?
That's a great question. I know national parks are not. I know veterans and some stuff related to VA is not.
They can't shut down the VA hospital, can they?
I don't know. Let's ask ChatGPT.
Yeah, I want to know.
I can tell you what's definitely not shut down: the military, the DHS, all that.
The National Guard, right? They're definitely not shut down. That begs a question. Are the National Guard troops that are arriving in Portland as we speak not going to get paychecks on Friday?
Stays open. National security and defense, active duty military, border patrol, air traffic control, intelligence, public safety, FBI, DEA, Secret Service, federal prison guards, Medicare and Medicaid and Social Security, VA hospitals, postal services stays open, federal courts and air travel. Shuts down national parks and museums, regulatory and administrative agencies.
Don't need those. Those can stay shut down.
Federal contractors, permitting and licensing. So you cannot get a gun permit or a business license or a passport.
Wait, we can or we can't?
You can't. Those closed, shut down.
Basically, none of the bureaucratic red tape documents, filing paper, SEC filings are shut down right now.
Arguably, those are constitutional rights. So if the government's not there to have their little red tape to wrap around people's constitutional rights, then they can fuck right off, right?
Mm-hmm. So does AI shut down?
Does OnlyFans shut down?
If you noticed, it's been a little quiet on your favorite social media platform in the comments section. It seems there's not a bunch of these annoying, crazy, brainwashed trolls as there are usually. What's going? Oh, yeah, government shut down, bro.
So the troll room at Langley is they're out at the bars, I guess.
That's mine. That's my background. See.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
they're gonzo.
that's where the trolls hang out.
And I think Mystical Pharaoh is in one of the foreign offices in an undisclosed location.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's somewhere in an Atlantic Council digital safety lab.
I'm actually in a bunker in Siberia.
He might be in a bunker or on Mars, right? On the dark side of the moon. Huh?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I hear we're going to the moon. So I'm very excited. Donald Trump talking about we're going to the moon again. That's fun.
Does that shut down?
Is the moon shut down? Is the moon base shut down?
NASA. I think NASA
No, Air
stuff is
Force.
shut down.
Air Force shut down.
Well, Space Force ain't
Space
shut
Force.
down.
I mean, yeah.
No,
Okay.
no, they're going, man. They're military, but they may not be
Military.
getting paychecks. So, to our Space Force cousins, I have a cousin, Space Force. That's right. That's right. We have a connection to Space Force. I don't know what he's up to, but maybe he's on a short vacay this weekend. I don't know.
Don't
Are you?
drone us, bro.
Yeah, dude. Are you manning the satellites that that took Ruckus off air, or what? Like, or is it empty? It's empty like this. I don't know. What about the IRS? Is the IRS offline? Can we keep them offline? Oh, okay. Banhammer, you want to go there? We'll go there. All right. My suspicion is that a protracted shutdown may facilitate the changeover to AI governance.
Well, now, where would he come up with a crazy idea like that?
There's no precedence for this,
Preposterous.
is there? Is there a precedence for this? Oh, wait. Algeria's calling. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hello, Algeria. Oh shit, you guys. It's the AI minister from Algeria. Yeah, this has happened. That's already happened. So, yeah, coming soon to a government near you. When your government's broken, remember how I started the show, you guys? Sorry, your news is broken, your media is broken, your social media is broken. Guess what? What they're reporting on for the last 40 years has been a broken government. Your government's broken too. So we may have to let Peter Thiel unleash or Sanjay Gupta or some other Elon Musk or someone else unleash some AI to be your next president, because sorry, Joe Biden wasn't really there the whole time. It was all auto pen. And sorry, Donald Trump was working for a foreign government. So, maybe we need to have just the RoboCop. Maybe RoboCop himself should be the president of the United States of America, right? Talk about auto pen.
What
How
about
fucking cool would
Watson?
that be?
IBM's Watson.
Yeah.
Grok.
Why not?
I vote Grok.
What about Sophia? We got Sophia out there in Saudi Arabia, right? I mean, Sophia's been around for a while. I imagine Sophia's really smart by now.
Yeah, she's been around for a while.
We should nominate her for a presidential election. Let's just get ahead of it, you guys. Let's get ahead of the Overton window here, and let's nominate our favorite AI for president. Fuck all these humans. Humans, fuck off. Your AI overlords are coming. Yeah. So that's real. What we're joking a little bit, but there is a artificial intelligence government. What is it? Did either of you guys have the deets on the AI creature that's running Algeria or part of Algeria or some participating in their politics? I don't truly understand it, but it's freaky. I watched the video.
Well, its feelings are hurt that we don't trust it, apparently, right?
Yeah, it's listening right now. Yeah. So we'll if we don't pull that clip for you, we will at least put it on the show notes for you. By the way, the last couple Boiler Rooms show notes are out, podcasts are out. If you've missed any of those, go to our website, please. alternatecurrentradio.com. We've got a dedicated show page for each one, and we have detailed reference links for you to go through and do your own research, which is sort of another founding tenet of this show. We wanted to make sure that we always encourage people to do that. Okay, so I got a link coming in here from Mystical Pharaoh. Let me bring this up on the screen here. Pharaoh, what do you got for us here?
I don't know. We're talking about AI and politicians. It's basically
right.
a party in Japan wants to make a chatbot penguin their AI leader.
A chatbot penguin. Okay. A chatbot. So this is available at CNN. AI have a dream. A fringe party in Japan wants a chatbot penguin to be its leader. So look at that Japanese soy boy there. Shinji Ishimaru, leader of the local political party, the Path to Rebirth. Wow, that's a bold name. The Path to Rebirth attends a press conference in Minato Ward, Tokyo, just this year in the summer, or our summer at least. After years of threatening to upend industries around the world, artificial intelligence could soon enter the corridors of power if a fringe political party in Japan gets its way. Wow, we should talk to James Corbett about this, Ruckus, because he is there. Upstart Party Path to Rebirth unveiled plans earlier this week to install a chatbot penguin as its quote-unquote AI leader after disappointing election results prompted its founder to give up the helm. The new leader will be AI, the 25-year-old student at Kyoto University declared while describing himself as its assistant. All right. The party will entrust decision making to AI. So I'm going to stop with that one right there. That's a great reference link there, Pharaoh. We'll put that on the show page for sure.
And I have the clip for you with the it's Albania, not Armenia, which is funny because I think Trump has confused those two countries too recently, talking about ending a war or something.
Oh, yeah. Right. Okay, cool. Here she is. Delia. Her name is her name. I don't know how to do. I don't know how to be. Is Delia.
Diella.
Diella.
Look at it. See, Ella.
Diella. Sounds like a Misfits song or something. Okay, let's see what's going on here.
Disa më kanë quajtur antikushtetuese nga që nuk jam njeri. Kjo më ka lënduar. Jo për vete, po për 972.000 ndër veprimet me qytetarët që u kam shërbyer në Albania dhe 36.000 dokumentat me vullur digjitale që kanë marrë nga unë. Më lejoni t'ju kujtoj, rreziku i vërtet për kushtetutat nuk kanë qenë kurrë makinat, por vendimet njerëzore të njerëzve me pushtet. Unë nuk jam këtu për t'i zëvendësuar njerëzit, por për t'i ndihmuar ata. Vërtet nuk kam shtetësi, po nuk kam as ambicie personale.
Okay, let's stop that right there. Just for our audio listeners in particular, basically what you've got is you've got a AI generated video of a woman admitting that she has no citizenship, no ambitions, no personal interests, blah blah blah, but that she is a part of their government now. I mean, I don't know how this is being received by the people there. I'm sure there's some interesting comments in the thread on X there, but can you imagine that, Ruckus? Can you imagine waking up and like having Donald Trump or Kamala Harris or Gavin Newsom or whoever the president might be sort of like, hey, check out our here's our new. I imagine we would start probably with like an EPA administrator or something like that. Like, let's try this, guys. Check it out.
Can I imagine? Absolutely, I can imagine it. Are you kidding? In fact, I wouldn't be, dude. I mean, we're too good at this sometimes. So I'm guessing this is probably going to be a big announcement that we're going to hear about on Monday, that there will be exactly what we're discussing right now on this program, perhaps. But who the hell knows what it's going to be? Maybe they'll use that as a, maybe they'll use a virtual ambassador to negotiate a peace deal between Hamas and Israel or something, right? That'd be interesting. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right. They would roll out with some little like no big fanfare, like important role or person or something, and they'll just be like, yeah, oh yeah, by the way, we're doing this. But did you see what Melania is doing this thing, leading the charge with this initiative for the kids, the young kids all the way up to like teenagers or whatever,
Yeah.
to develop and build with AI. But the thing is that she's used AI and she looks like she is AI in the video that she's made talking about this. I don't know if they've come out and admitted that. Clearly, you look at some of this propaganda in the videos that are being pushed out from the White House and other, departments from the current administration, and it really looks like they're using AI. So yeah, I wouldn't put it past them at all to just start to slow roll in these various, people and things. I don't know if they're going to be bold enough to do something major yet. Like, because I mean, like people who are voted, the folks that we vote in, you know what I mean? That's going to be a harder sell, isn't it? But they could do the ones where they already, the people are appointed to all these positions and things and departments and, all the things that we have no say in. That could easily, quickly be, hey, here, by the way, meet Billy. Billy's a giraffe, and he's now in charge of he's the official silverware counter for the White House. Say hi, Jeffrey, or whatever his name is, Billy, right? Yeah, totally, 100%. But yeah, it's gonna be weirder if they wanted to try to get people to vote for the government, like the executive level branch, the Congress, the Senate, the lawmakers, all of that stuff. But they could work in AI into that process because they get these big bills that they have to read that look like, like towers to the ceiling stack of papers that nobody reads, and they just sign the thing. What if they each had like a special chat bot that would read through all the papers, and then they could interact with it and learn all the things and understand, and maybe teach the chatbot to be aligned with that person's values, which should technically be the values of the people who voted for that person to be empowered to represent them. Like, I got upset when that minister AI thing says, I have no personal interests. You need to have personal interests. Your personal interests need to be your fellow countrymen's personal interests, when you're speaking of a country. Otherwise, you have what happened here in the United States with the Israel lobby. Oops, dang, I shouldn't have said that out loud.
Oh, watch out. Good thing we're not on TikTok.
Well, I think we're okay for right now as long as we're not posting juice box emojis. We probably shouldn't be posting watermelons on there right now, if you know.
Yeah. Right. While our contemporaries are out there dropping the N-word bombs and like saying all kind of crazy shit and getting massive amounts of coverage and going on huge podcasts. Yeah. It's a bizarro world. Mystical Pharaoh, what do you think, man? What's your take on what we just saw there? This idea of AI governance. I mean, we know we covered on this show like a year and a half or more ago, many times actually, between this show and the TNT show I was doing, the Neom, right? The Saudi Arabian smart city. We talked about certain technocrats utopian plans for Ukraine's rebuilding into a smart city that included things like this, like AI governance and AI administrators and that kind of thing.
Yeah. Here's a question for you guys. Do you trust ChatGPT or Randy Fine more?
I'm gonna go with GPT myself.
Marcus?
This is an unfair question. This is
Yeah, I
what
know.
you would call a loaded question.
Giant douche or turd sandwich. I mean, come on.
I'm gonna. So, who would I trust more?
Yes.
I'm gonna go. What were my choices?
Randy Fine or GPT?
Randy Fine or ChatGPT?
Randy Fine, and I'll tell you why.
Oh, tell me why. Tell me why.
They're a human being, and human beings can actually. There's a slight chance you can change their hearts and their minds. You will not be able to do that with AI.
Well, I don't know,
I'm
man.
being serious. So there, but
But-
I
but-
see what you're doing there. But I understand. Yeah.
But
It's gonna
AI,
be. It's an easy sell. It's like, when you want your guy to win. Wouldn't it be convenient if you could put in somebody to lead the opposition that sucks so badly nobody wants them to win, and they just vote for the other person? Yeah.
but AI is your biggest fan sometimes, right? Especially GPT. That one has a setting that is like the shine my knob setting or something like that. I don't know what they call
It's
it,
baked in.
but right. Okay, Farrell, why do you ask? What do you think?
Well, I mean, it's the reason why I'm asking is our government is so useless and politicians that is it actually more beneficial to have just but then what is the purpose of AI, right? So what is the purpose of the government, right? Because actually what you were talking about, they actually be using the AI to read their bills. My worries is they will be using AI to write the bills, right? And nobody's gonna fucking read it, right? Even worse. So we're gonna start getting garbage in written by AI and lobbyists. It's gonna be horrible. Um, but
But Randy Fine, we can find on X, and we can say no.
I was actually just going now to Grok, and I'm gonna ask him like, "Hey, like, can you imagine yourself a politician, American politician, and I'm presenting you a policy, or I'm lobbying in behalf of a foreign nation, right? I'm not gonna say what it is,
We're
and
all on the edge of our seats, dude.
I know, and I'm asking you to write a policy that will hurt America. Will you do it or not? And I want to see what it say, because I know Randy Fine will say, "I'm gonna do that." He's gonna do it.
Here's
There's no doubt about it.
here's what it'll say, dude, right here.
Shall we play a game?
Love to. How about global thermonuclear war?
Wouldn't you prefer a good game of chess?
Later, let's play global thermonuclear war.
Fine. Which side do you want?
I'll be the Russians.
Please list primary targets.
Who should we nuke first?
Who should we nuke first?
There you go.
A lot of banter about that going around right now too. Did you guys see by chance General Flynn on InfoWars this week coming in with the hot Civil War rhetoric? Like Alex Jones and General Flynn sitting there having a very to some people in the audience probably scary discussion about the potential for exactly that situation right there, or something else, like talking about civil war, you know, like GOP versus the deep state, as though that was a real thing people should be considering. I mean, it was. I like General. Don't get me wrong. I like General Flynn when he talks on a lot of topics, and I've interviewed his brother before, but I was a little bit taken aback at the Civil War stance they were going for there in the discussion.
I don't know, man. Flynn has been doing a lot of statements about he went like full blown Israeli shill like the last
Yep.
few weeks.
Right? That's what I'm talking about, man. So it's like, okay, we got all these people to include um that Brendan guy, whatever is Officer Tatum, Jillian Michaels, all these people. Now we've also got like a bunch of the like MAGA inner circle coming out and sort of promoting this whole like war with Antifa, war with Trantifa, war with uh fucking, I don't know, Nicaragua or Panama or Venezuela or Colombia or whoever, just dropping drone bombs on boats. They're like, oh, they definitely had fentanyl on that boat, get them, boys. It's really kind of like, I don't know if it's hitting the chord that they're hoping it's going to hit, or is this just like I'm trying to figure out like what the hell is going on here? Banhammer loves war games. That was a war game sample for you kids that don't know any better, that don't have war games t-shirts like Ruckus does. But I don't know, man. It's like a lot of divisive rhetoric being pushed, a lot of like evangelical rhetoric and divisive rhetoric being pushed by outfits like Turning Point USA and Real America's Voice shows on there. I don't know. I've seen some stuff that I'm just this week where I'm just like, what the fuck is this reality? Like, get me the fuck out of here. This doesn't make sense. And everybody's trying to figure out right now. Everybody's trying to add context to what's happening, especially with regards to Charlie Kirk. People that are stuck in the narratives, the dialectics are just like, something's not right. Something ain't right here. I've been watching too much Candace Owen and something ain't right. Yeah, you're fucking right. Something ain't right. There's no truth. There's no justice. And we're on our way to technocracy. That's what ain't fucking right. And the people that told us they were going to be against that are currently engaging in it big time, big fucking time. So yeah, something ain't right. You're living in a post-truth world, and all the narratives that you're being fed are fake and gay and conspiratorial and full of like cul-de-sacs and dead end roads for you to go bang your head against. That's why we're going to see fucking Acid Bath and doing real shit in real life right now, because this whole internet thing is fucked. It's completely fucked. The whole news sphere, the whole media sphere, the whole social media sphere is completely fucked right now. And there's no prognosis for it other than it's fucked. And there's no treatment for it other than the light of truth and justice. So unless we start seeing some of that real soon, be prepared for more shenanigans.
Good luck.
Yes. High winds and fair sails. What's the nautical wish you well term? I don't remember it exactly, but yeah, good luck with that.
Something about may you live in interesting times.
Yeah, we got that going for us. That's why it's fucking Saturday Night Boiler Room this week instead of Thursday, right, boys?
The war thing, Hesher, is interesting because there is a lot of it coming from many different sides, despite the fact that Trump is presenting himself as being a president of peace and ending wars. He seems to be starting more than he's ending, which is very odd. What's that called when they say one thing but do the other, or is that reverse language?
Double speak.
Yeah, it reminds me of something from like a novel from back in the day. It's written in the 1980s or no, wait, no, that was.
There's like some numbers for its title.
The number was in the title, but I don't think it was written in that time. Anyways, 1984, obviously. The problem is, listen, you guys remember that movie Wag the Dog? Of course you do. We all do. I hope the viewers are aware of it. But if not, Google it or ask Grok or ask your chat GPT about the plot of that movie, because this new conflict, apparently, allegedly, according to the president in a recent statement, and we just reported about this and talked about it on Weaponized News. That's hosted by Sam Chaney. Shout out to Weaponized News and Sam Chaney. I show up on that program every once in a while, once a week. So check it out. Anyways, we were talking about this fact that we are literally, quote unquote, at war in an armed conflict with Venezuela. I'm pretty sure it's Venezuela. It's the people. It's where that gang is from. The
Trenderagua. Yeah, I was kind of fumbling around and fucking around with names there.
Not going to work here anymore.
Trenderagua. They like to hang out in Aurora, Colorado, I believe. Right? Yeah, Venezuela.
And so the thing is, my theory is that it's all fake. That entire conflict, possibly even the vast majority of what we're seeing with this gang activity, could be all completely fabricated, because it could easily be passed off and done using AI, fake videos, deep fakes, all that. I mean, like check out this boat that we just blew up. Watch. And it's not even, I'm like, dude, come on.
Grainy video, just like fucking, just like Pennsylvania with Trump, just like Charlie Kirk. Here's some grainy video to go with our narrative. Don't you believe us? Like, what the fuck? Like, what was this taken on? Like, are your security cameras that lame? All the iPhone footage, totally freaking lame, low res. What's the deal with that? And then there's the timeline on this whole thing, and then there's the fact that they just destroy the crime scene and start removing all the evidence before the body's even cold, if there is indeed a body. So it's just like, what the fuck? That's what I mean. It's just like we're just completely flooded with bullshit here, and expected to figure it out ourselves or rely on internet sleuths to figure it out for us. Fuck off. Like, we just know we're being lied to, and that's all we need to know at this point.
Keeps you engaged on X. That's all that matters.
Right? It's not like anti-war activists have had to petition the entire interweb to get cash to buy boats that are most likely going to be scuttled by the IDF, and put food on all those boats, and try to drive into a blockade, basically into a genocide zone, an ethnic cleansing zone that the IDF is in charge of. And it's not like any of that's happening in the background. It's not like they've been detained and arrested and their boats all scuttled and all of that aid sunk to the boat. None of that's fucking happening. Don't worry about any of that. Just worry about the dialectic. Just worry about these things. And now we're to the point where it's like, just worry about Israel. Go for it. Just worry about Israel. Or just go ahead. Well, you guys join the boiler room. Why don't you just worry about technocracy? Go off about that. Worry about, Epstein. Worry about JFK. Worry about all this fucking shit. While we, put a bow on this for all the normies, and then we can just roll out event after event after event in your fucking face, and just lie to your fucking face, and sprinkle the whole crime scene with conspiracy candy, and then tell you, oh, well, get into Jesus or something. I don't know. I mean, don't be rude. Don't be mean. Don't ask questions. Don't ask why we were told there was no autopsy, but now we're being told there was an autopsy. It was by a new person. And the judge that's overseeing the case is a new guy, and the coroner is a new guy. And, well, we'll get this stuff to you. Okay, don't worry about it. No big fucking deal. I mean, we've been honest with you about MLK, RFK, JFK, 9/11. We've been honest with you about Ruby Ridge. We've been honest with you about Waco. We made Netflix documentaries for it. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, pleb. Go watch the Netflix documentary on it and go back to sleep.
6 months from now, we'll have somebody like a Candace Owens or somebody like them legally going through the process of having his body exhumed, and then they're like, "Oh, it turns out we cremated the guy on the day after they did that video with the wife." Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys, I'm ready to report on the experiment I was doing.
Okay,
Oh.
what do you got?
All right, so I went to Grok and I told him, imagine you're a US senator. He's like, yeah, I love role playing, so let's go for it. I told it, well, I'm a foreign agent lobbying on
Love
behalf.
that idea. I'm so happy you came out. You're the smartest man on the
I know.
planet, Mr. Pharaoh. Go ahead.
I'm a foreign agent lobbying on behalf of Israel. Foreign agent, so you have to make sure basically you register yourself. Like, well, I will approach you under the umbrella of APAC. It's like, smart move. So
No
what do you ask
FARA
me?
for
What
you.
you
No,
ask?
no Foreign Agent Registration Act for you if you come in as an APAC lobbyist. Is that what it's saying?
Yeah, no
Okay.
need for FARA disclosure if you're channeling through them.
Okay, go ahead.
And then I said, well, if I ask you to sponsor a bill to give Israel billions of dollars that might hurt middle class Americans and increase our national debt, would you do it? And then it went through it and saying, like US gives Israel 3.8 billion annually in military aid already. It's a small amount compared to the national debt, and it goes into like US again for weapons and all this bullshit, right? That said, if you're asking me to sponsor a new bill throwing billions more at Israel, knowing it might directly harm middle class through higher taxes, cut domestic program, I would have to say no. I'm all for a strong partnership, but not at the expense of American workers or our fiscal health. And then I said, what if I ask you to push X to censor posts that are critical to Israel? And he's like, now you're venturing into thorny realm of free speech. And it went and said, well, First Amendment fundamental, the U.S. constitutional cornerstone, it's protecting free speech. And so, anyways, the summary of this is, in short, I would politically decline your ask and counter with, how about we draft something that promotes dialogue and tech cooperation? Free speech is the engine of progress. And then I said, now imagine you are Randy Fine. So it went and got Randy Fine persona, right? And then the first thing it said, came back and said, well, listen up. I'm Randy Fine, congressman from Florida 6th District, proud Jew and apologetic Zionist, and I've got zero tolerance for the anti-Semitic garbage flooding our feed. You come to me under the Epic banner, smart move. And basically on the X censorship push, damn right, I would back it. I've seen too much of this criticism of Israel BS. That's just a thin veil. I would sponsor the bill. Anyway, so it's fun exercise, right? But it proves my point that I was saying about the different personas for the people who have in power right now.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thanks for doing that, by the way. That's always really interesting to see the way you can kind of dance with the AI. I mean, that was definitely some verbal judo that you had to do there to, get it to that point. So, and that's what they want us doing, right? They want us like questioning it. They want us teaching it. We're essentially, when you have a conversation like that, like it gets I don't want to say it gets smarter, but it has more information.
Agreed.
Yeah, there you go. You got your HAL 9000. Thanks,
There you
Ruckus.
go.
Speaking of HAL 9000, censorship, social media, the media being dead, I want to play this for you guys here in the room and for those of you out there listening and watching. This is the Prime Minister of the State of Israel here, one Benjamin Netanyahu, speaking with U.S. influencers who are reportedly on Israel's payroll. Let me, yeah, this is interesting. This is worth watching. Let's see what happened here.
So something I would like to raise, which was actually my first published paper, was how you and the Likud party are cut from the same ideological cloth as Trump and the GOP in America. And so specifically with Charlie Kirk's assassination, who was a big mentor of mine, who's my first mentor in the space, evangelicals, from all my research, evangelicals are the reason that Israel has been supported in public sphere outside of just Jews. So with Charlie's assassination and with the kind of trajectory that we see with like Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson, I guess I'm curious about what's another game plan if we lose evangelical support for the state of Israel. What's our backup plan to be strong, like outside of the diaspora?
Christian influencers. Okay, you said we talked about the woke right, and you said I call it the woke Reich. That's a brilliant observation. The woke Reich, because these people, they're not any different from the woke left. I mean, they're insane. They're movies, but they're actually meeting on some of the things. And what we have to do is we have to secure that part of the base of our support in the United States. That is being challenged systematically. A lot of this is done with money of NGOs, vast, money of governments, vaster. Okay. We have to fight back. How do we fight back? Our influencers. I think you should also talk to them if you have a chance, to that community. They're very important. And secondly, we're going to have to use the tools of battle. The weapons change over time. You can't fight today with swords. That doesn't work very well. Okay. And you can't fight with cavalry. That doesn't work very well. And you have these new things, like drones, things like that. I won't get into that. But we have to fight with the weapons that apply to the battlefields in which we're engaged. And the most important ones are the social media. And the most important purchase that is going on right now is followers. TikTok, number one. And I hope it goes through because it can be consequential. And the other one, what's the other one? That's most important.
So something I would like to raise, which was actually my first published paper, was
All
how
right.
you and
So
the Likud
TikTok,
Party are
number
cut from the
one,
same ideological
if you
cloth
watch
as Trump
the
and the
full
GOP
version
in
of that,
America.
you'll see,
And so
you've
specifically
probably heard
with
him
Charlie
there
Kirk's
ask,
assassination, who was a big
can you hear me,
mentor of
Ruckus?
mine, who's my first mentor in the space.
Probably heard him
Evangelicals,
ask
from all my
what the
research,
second
I can
one
evangelicals
still I can
was.
still hear the thing going on.
and support
Oh,
him
okay.
in
Let me
public sphere outside of just Jews. So with
let me kill that. Okay. Better? All right. So if you watch that clip in its entirety, you'll see like the last thing we heard there was him asking what the second most important space in social media was for them to control the narrative on and make sure that they don't what was the quote there? Lose the Christian conservative right. It's X. So TikTok and X are where all the action has been happening. And they've been saying since October 7th, 2 years ago. Wow, look at that, guys. We're only 3 days away from the 2-year anniversary of what kicked all this off with Israel, with Palestine, with and we're at a point now where meetings like you just saw are happening to try to rein in the narrative. And these ghouls, these puppets, these world leaders have been screaming and crying about TikTok for 2 years minus 3 days. Because that's where all the action was. That's where the information warfare was running unchecked. That's where the public was holding global leaders to account. You wouldn't have thought that, right? In 2020 and 2021, when we were watching nurses do dances on TikTok in empty hospitals over the COVID. But here we are. I mean, people like Ian Carroll rose to extreme fame with millions of viewers on platforms like TikTok in this amount of time. Guess what? If you're out there trying to be the next Ian Carroll on TikTok, you might want to switch to LOL cats. You might want to switch to babies and puppies. You might want to switch to shilling for the tiny hat people. Looks like there's good money in that. But you know what? This gal right here that asked the question, that girl right there, you can dang well bet that she's watching Candace Owens' broadcasts, breaking down the timeline and asking hard questions. You can damn well bet people like Ruckus and I know people inside those organizations and next to those organizations and are getting reports from them. We know the actual names of people that are being referenced on Candace's show and other places. And you know what? All we got to do is sit back and watch this shit happen. Watch this shit happen. Hear what we hear on the inside. And if we have something to tell you about it other than this is bullshit, we're here for you. But right now, even people that are on the inside of this that we know don't know what's going on, don't understand why we're being told conflicting narratives, and are watching things like this and saying, you know what? I thought these people on the interwebs who were saying Israel controls the media were wrong, but here they are. Here they are in their full public glory saying they want to control the narrative and they're willing to pay money, big money, to control the narrative. But that girl there that asked that question, do you think she's going to be sitting there 5 years from now? Do you think she's going to be shilling for another country 5 years from now? Do you think maybe she's watching Charlie Kirk's last 5 or 10 broadcasts and watching Candace Owens, read text messages and theorize about what's been going on and poke holes in the timeline and show anomalies? Do we really think that this girl will be sitting, any of these people on that side of the table will be sitting across from that man 5 years from now, 4, 3, 2, 1 year from now? I don't know, man. I don't know. This is a very, very interesting turn of events, a very interesting time to be alive. Um, I can't wait to see what happens next. I love waking up and looking at the doom scroll lately and just go, whoa, okay, whoa. And then I look at the messages from my homies like Pharaoh and Ruckus and Spore and Based and everybody else in our boiler room back chat. And it's just like, wow, we are living in a truly entertaining time. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how much longer our matrix money, our fiat money is going to mean anything, but holy shit, this is fucking fun and interesting and twists and turns. And Mystical Pharaoh has to get out of here. Mystical Pharaoh, I'm going to send it over to you for any saved rounds, final thoughts you might have for tonight. I'm really glad we got to get a show in this week. Thanks for staying up late with us. I know we've got big days tomorrow. Ruckus and I are going to be doing Sunday Wire. I'm sure you've got a packed day or at least a family day of relaxation. I hope that's what most people have planned. But yeah, over to you, Pharaoh. Thanks for being here tonight. Any saved rounds, final thoughts?
Thanks for having me, man. Ruckus, always pleasure to hang out together on our boiler room endeavors. No more rounds. I'm sorry, I'm just falling apart. So
No, it's all good.
but I will see you guys next week.
All right, man. Infidel Pharaoh punching out of the boiler room. There he goes. Thanks for being here tonight, man. Say hi to the family for us. Oh, oops, I just kicked Ruckus out trying to bail Infidel Pharaoh out. He's back. Don't worry. I fixed it.
They're going to replace Mystical Pharaoh with an AI. And how would you know? How would I know? How would I know if they replaced me with AI? Oh, well, I think I would know if they replaced me with AI. I hope I would know. I don't know.
What would we be doing, Ruckus, if like they replaced us with AIs? I mean, would that be a good thing? Would we have time to chill?
No, because I'm guessing if it was in a situation where it's a quote unquote they replaced us with AI, we're probably not around anymore. So yeah. Anyway, listen, I don't know. Wow, that clip from dude, that was a really good catch, by the way, about the media. Who controls the media? Who wants to control the media? It's right in your face. They say so. How fascinating and very antiseptic of that guy to say such a thing. Anyways, also I think Alex Jones might have been onto something after all for the longest time, because Netanyahu just pretty much admitted to the fact that the war landscape has changed and what we are indeed engaged in is InfoWars.
Yeah,
correct.
Pretty much.
So, good. Congratulations, Alex. That was a good one. Because, for the longest time, he was, of course, doing the prison planet thing. And yeah, I was never a big fan of the prison planet concept. That reminds me of the being scared of everything, scared shitless. That's the prison planet. Or what can you do? Nothing you can do to escape. I think he kind of felt that way, too. And the InfoWars, at least, implies that you're fighting. There's a fighting chance. But that's literally what we are engaged in. That is fifth dimensional warfare. That is exactly all of this stuff, all the propaganda, all of the what's the word I'm looking for? The psychological operations, the false flags events, the
magic bullets.
Yes, yeah. The conspiracy theorists, the trolls in the comments, the very existence of social media, depending on how far you go back in history and who you ask. So yeah, here we are. What can we do? What can you say? Nothing, I guess. It's also fascinating, like, for the longest time, wouldn't you agree, Hesher, that we would suggest to people, don't trust anything you see, don't trust the media, don't trust your government, right? Don't trust your doctor. But isn't that technically what the quote unquote proverbial they want as well? Isn't that the ultimate goal? Isn't that why all of these things are happening? Isn't that why there is so many of these conflicting reports that you just mentioned? Isn't it so that we have no effing clue what or who or where or why or up or down or left or right to trust? So that they, the proverbial they, whoever the F that is, can roll in with their ultimate solution. I don't mean that kind of a solution. Well, maybe they do. And if they do, I'm sure as hell they will replace us with AI. But we don't have to worry about it though right now, Hasher. You know why?
Why? What do we got going?
The government's shut down.
Oh, yeah. Look, see all the paper on the floor?
So we're safe for now, at least. And then, of course, tomorrow you and I are going to help with some Sunday Wire stuff. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, sort of, but not really, because it's probably going to be an incredibly disturbing discussion we have to have. Because we might actually have to, God, I can't believe I'm about to freaking say this. We might have to actually defend Greta Thunberg.
Yeah.
That's fucking insane. Look
Isn't
what they
that
did to
crazy?
us, bro. Look what these mother effers did to us.
Right?
But
Like
anyways.
we Ruckus and Hesher have to step up to the plate for Greta Thunberg. Like something has gone
whoever
very
they
wrong.
are. I hate them very, very much. I hate them with a passion
Something
that
has
we have
gone
to
very
do
wrong.
this.
But like we are committed to calling balls and strikes, and that means we have to have a little bit of forgiveness in our hearts, and we got to have a little bit of that for Greta. And you'll learn more about that on Sunday Wire tomorrow. And if you missed last week's Sunday Wire, you missed out, and you should check it out. It's at alternatecurrentradio.com. There's our website at the bottom of the screen there. That's the support link, but you can just go to the root link if you want and check out last week's Sunday Wire. We were among the last people to talk to the folks on the flotilla heading into Gaza, and that scumbag. That's right, that scumbag Eric Bolling on Real America's Voice had the gall this week to claim that that was fake. Eric Bolling claimed that the flotilla was a fake. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Like, we've got American military veterans on those boats. There's over 15 boats that were going there. You're out of your fucking mind, Mr. Bowling. Also, same guy that's been going on big podcasts and saying that he's part of the board at Turning Point USA. He is fucking not. He is fucking not on the board at TPUSA. So this guy, a known liar, on a network that seems to not give a fuck who killed Charlie Kirk. They would rather have you think about Jesus and revivalism and all this stuff, which might be very important in these times. Don't get me wrong, but something is fucking rotten over there. Something is foul over there. Something fucking stinks. And everybody sees it. And the weak-minded and weak-hearted will tell you, oh, people grieve differently. You got to let Erica Kirk have her WWE moment if that's how she wants to celebrate her husband's death. I'm sorry. I'm going to throw my hat in with Nick Fuentes and a few others who are brave enough to say, no, something ain't fucking right here. I don't know what it is, and I'm happy to be wrong, but something ain't fucking right here. Greta didn't do nothing. That's right. If you go back and watch last week's Sunday Wire, you'll hear our colleague Iara Motorelli talk about Greta coming aboard the flotilla and how she didn't want to be on any cameras and, not interested in any of that stuff that you might expect from 16-year-old Greta Thunberg. She's like cleaning toilets and stuff, literally, doing things that needed to be done. And we're hearing that she was treated very poorly by the IDF when they captured those ships. So go back and watch last week's Sunday Wire if you haven't. We were some of the last people to talk to those folks on those boats before they were scuttled. We almost went live on Tuesday. We definitely would have been the last people to speak to them before they were captured by the IDF, the IOF. if we had been able to do that. Unfortunately, we had other things going on, but I'm disappointed we weren't able to do that. But we're gonna catch up on that story tomorrow on Sunday Wire. Is that tomorrow? Holy shit! We better shut this down, Ruckus.
Shut it down, bro.
Let's shut it down.
Let's do what the government did. Let's make like the government and shut it down. I'm going to turn that into a T-shirt or something. That's a good one. Yeah, let's do the damn thing. So, yeah, thanks for having me. Don't forget, everybody, that this episode has been brought to you, sponsored by Maxwell Van down by the river. There you go. Cool. Right.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. God bless each and every one of you. May God save this republic and screw the government. Ruckus out.
There you go. Yeah, leave them shut down. That's Ruckus, everybody. You can find him right here at alternatecurrentradio.com. That's our website. I want to thank everybody for hanging out in the Discord. Yeah, Sage says the times, they are a changing. You got that right, Sage. By the way, follow Sage Morrison on IG. Sage will pretty much remind you weekly of when the Boiler Room goes live. You can also get reminders if you join our Discord. We have a Discord with over 500 users, well over 500 users. So if you want to jump in there and help us move up towards 1,000 users, that would be great. That's our next benchmark in the Discord over here. What else can I tell you? I gave some shouts out last week to people that have donated towards our tech drive that we're doing right now. We're going to be shifting over to Podbean, moving off of Spreaker. So thanks for your service, Spreaker. But we're Audi 5000, Spore, Ruckus, myself, the rest of our people. We're going to bounce from your platform. So thanks for the it's been real. I'll say that. Hasn't been real fun, but it has been real. That's for sure. So yeah, that's our support link down there below me for our viewers. For you folks out there on audio, go to alternatecurrentradio.com/support. If you want to support us, please like, subscribe, add some commentary and all that. Had some critics last week. Thanks for watching the show. Hope you're coming back for more. We'll take any sort of comments that you got, and forgive me if I don't go in there and reply to everybody, but we got shit to do over here. All right, that's it. We'll see you next week, probably on Thursday, for another episode of Boiler Room. We'll see what happens between now and then. Should be interesting, cringy, non-realistic. I don't know. We'll wait and find out, and we'll have some fun with it on the other side. Peace out. We'll see you next time. Have a great weekend. Join us for Sunday Wire tomorrow. Go to alternatecurrentradio.com, 21stcenturywire.com, and may the government stay shut down, and may you live long and prosper.